Speaking of the Seahawks locker room, how you feeling about their season so far? You surprised? Were you expecting more? Are you expecting less?
Yeah, I expected them to beat Denver. I truly expected it. I knew that they would have all the 70,000 fans there. Everybody excited. Russ coming back into town. I had the Seahawks winning that game, and when they won that game, Sherman, I was like, oh my god, they thought they won the Super Bowl.
Hey, they prepared for it like that.
They prepared like that. They thought they won the Super Bowl, and I saw that loss coming to San Fran because you just can't make the game bigger than what it is. And Coach Carroll preached, don't make this game bigger than what it is. Every game's a championship opportunity. But they was super, super happy, overexcited to get, you get a win, that's good. But hey, let's hit the reset button. We got the Niners coming into town. So got that L, got kicked in them, and they needed that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them emotional games, and you know how that goes sometimes. We used to have them with the Niners sometimes, or you had those road victories where you just gave it everything, and then you end up in a dogfight with somebody you don't expect to be in a dogfight with.
But here's the thing, Coach Carroll has been there, he's done that. You gotta preach that message to the fellas. Say, fellas, this game isn't about Russ. This isn't, the Super Bowl. This is a championship opportunity, just like it always is. So you gotta preach that message to the fellas, and so they could refocus, get back, get the game plan going, and have another victory that next Sunday.
But I'm very excited for Tariq and Mike Jackson. Both of them been playing really well. Tariq with the field goal block, Mike Jack with the recovery and return. Huge things. I'm sure Pete is really excited about those guys. There's a lot of question marks at the corner spot, and they've really shown up. Obviously, there's concern about Pete saying, hey, we're going to try a few shots to DK from now on. When the one shot he got last week, he went up and got it. Yeah. And then you just don't do it again. You just hand it to the running back and let him throw. Like it was kind of iffy.
Yeah, that play, man. I'm looking at the play. I'm cool with the play call, but you need a guy back there that can make a really good decision. DJ Dallas, Vincent not there. If they're double covered, throw the ball out of bounds.
Right.
Throw the ball out of bounds. And so you just see that it's a lot of learning curves that they got to make happen this year. If Geno's your guy, trust Geno to make the decisions. And so it's a lot of things they got to learn, a lot of things they got to get better at. And so I believe this Sunday it should be way better going against the Falcons.
Who are you most surprised by and most impressed by so far from the Seahawks?
I talked to Shed before the game. I was like, all right, Shed, who's starting that corner? He's like, my boy Tariq. And he said Mike Jack. And he was like, I heard about Mike Jack in the preseason, but he said Mike Jack has done well in every practice, preseason, and he shows up on game day. And I saw that man these first two games. He's looking really good.
He is, and he just like Malcolm used to be. He always seemed to be where the ball is at. They had 2 forced fumbles on the goal line against the Broncos, and he recovered both of them. Both of them. Then they block a field goal, and guess who?
Mike Jack. and so, man, for him to, I'm not sure where he was last year, but for him to come in here, earn a spot, take a spot, don't look back, young man. Just keep this thing going, keep building. Coach Carroll, he go create this thing to where if you're the best player, you go be on the field. So I'm really looking forward to see them two guys. The foundation is set. I'm really looking forward to them guys.
And they got some depth. They're going to keep getting better. Well, we talking to right now, since 2011, Ken, you are 5th in the National Football League in tackles behind Bob and Levante, who never get enough credit. Levante David never gets enough credit. And you got Keekly, names like that. And then you got my boy Ken. What about the linebacker play right now in the National Football League? Tell me what you were impressed by and what you like. Hey, because I see a lot of 3 getting run, and I see a lot of people not picking up the over.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's just start in Seattle. Let's start in Seattle with Jordan Brooks. He's a guy that Bobby's first ballot Hall of Famer. You start with Jordan Brooks. He's a guy that I love, has all the physical capabilities, makes a lot of tackles. So I'm really looking forward to him having that game-changing moment, having that where I'm going to get a PBU, or I'm going to go blitz me, let me get a sack, because he got all the physical tools. I need Coach Hurt to get him going more. You can't just sit there and have him just taking on blocks, left and right, just doing a thing like that. And so he has the physical capabilities, but when you replace a Bobby, when you step in those shoes, I need you to make those game-changing plays.
Yeah, you got to make those game-changing plays. You got to make a play. Because right now, Cody Barton is looking like the guy. Cody is sitting there looking like he learned from Kenny. Come on now. You ain't running no screen.
He look like the screen master.
The screen master.
Yeah, man. So
and he's blitzing. He's making a difference.
Yeah, and so Brooks, he has the tools, he has the talent. I need Coach Church to call his name a little more. Hey, call him, get him going early in the game to get him started. And so, first 2 games, he's making his tackles. I need him to make those plays to really help his defense take the next step forward.
Jimmy G, Ken. Jimmy G. Like the 49ers dealt with all this Trey Lance, and prayers up to the kid. He just got the surgery. Hope it goes really well. He's going to be healthy next season, and that's going to be another conversation for the offseason. I'm sure the offseason is going to be dominated by that conversation again. But are the 49ers a better team with Jimmy G at quarterback, or do you think they would have been better, like they just got worse when Trey Lance got injured?
Man, I was looking at Jimmy G. The whole situation bothered me. First of all, if you go have Trey Lance as your guy, if Trey Lance is your guy, you cannot have the backup quarterback behind him that's better than the starting quarterback, because your teammates looking at him like, hey, coach, I know you traded up to get this man, but he's not ready. And this team is ready to win a Super Bowl right now. We don't have time to develop and groom this quarterback. We need to win. And so if he's your guy, then Jimmy G needs to be out the building. And so if Trey Lance would have been that guy for 17 plus games, I don't think they get 9, 10 wins. But now that Jimmy G has entered the conversation, he's the starting guy. I think they're the second best team in the NFC West, and so they're gonna be in the playoffs. They're gonna find a way to get to the NFC Championship, and so they're a much better team with Jimmy G at the quarterback.
Who's the best team in the NFC West?
Oh, it's the Rams.
Yeah, Ken. Ken.
Ken. No, we're not gonna go there. It's the Rams.
We're not going. It's the Rams. It can't. Explain to me why it's the Rams. Because they offensive line right now, Ken. If you go by that game against the Bills, they got some issues.
I mean, anytime you face Von Miller, it's gonna be rough. But you just look at them, reigning Super Bowl champs. I need them to get Allen Robinson going. I don't know what's going on with that. But teams, they're gonna start dialing in on Cooper Kupp. Hey, we ain't gonna let Kupp beat us. Let's make Matthew Stafford beat us with Robinson or Higbee. But if they don't get that figured out, it could get a little scary for those guys. But 3 Hall of Famers on defense. You got Ramsey, you got Bobby, AD. I love Floyd off the edge. So talented team. They're gonna get things figured out. 11 plus wins.
I'm with you everywhere but the offensive line. Cooper Kupp got 244 targets last year, and still they couldn't get him stopped. And he led the league in every category, Triple Crown. But if you can't get it, they do not have Andrew Whitworth securing that left side anymore. Havenstein is on the right side. Noteboom is on the left side. Neither one of the sides are secure. So it ain't like you can slide one way or the other. And every team don't got Von Miller. But boy, are there still some dogs out there, Ken.
I know. And McVay, he's a mastermind. He's the guru. Hey, find a way to get this guy on some boots. Find a way to max protect, because you got the talent at the skill position. But if you don't protect Matt Stafford, you got the Niners, all these teams coming. So it could get a little scary for these guys.